Hello everyone, welcome to my video. In this video, I will explain to you how to cite with Mendeley application. But before we talk about it, let me introduce myself first. My name is Risna Naibaho. I'm from Morning Management Class B. And to shorten the time, let's get right into it. The first thing that we will discuss is about how to cite journal article with Mendeley application. The first step is we have to open Mendeley application and then we go to File and enter manually, and we have to make sure that the type is journal article. After this, we can open the journal article to view article description. We can go back to open Mendeley application and we can see the first thing we have to write is the title. We can copy paste the title from the journal application. We copy and paste the title. And we have to make sure that each sentence begins with a capitalization. The next step is authors. We can go back to open the journal to see who is the authors. For this journal, the authors are Asep Denny and Ari Riswanto. We have to write the name of authors with the last name first, and then comma and then space and then the first name. For the next author's name, we have to click enter and do the same thing. The next step is journal. For this column, we have to write what is the journal type of this journal. We can go back to open the journal again and we can see this journal type is journal economic. We can copy this and we can paste in this column. And then the year, you can see again, the year is 2019. You can copy and paste this column, the volume, the next step is issue. For this column, we have to write a number indicating the number of times the journal is published in a given year or publication period. We can see the issue is number 2. We can copy and paste to this column. The next step is page, but we can see there is no page of this journal and we can proceed to the next column, that is abstract. We can open the journal again and we can see the abstract. We can copy and paste to abstract column. Next is text. There is no text of this journal. And then author keywords. We can find author keywords right below the abstract. We can copy this and paste into the author keywords column. And then URL, we can copy the URL of this page and paste into the URL column. The other things I want to explain to you is how to cite conference proceedings with Mendeley application. The first thing, we can open our Mendeley and then we go to File and enter manually, and we have to choose conference proceedings in type column. We can see there's no title, so we can open our proceedings and we can copy and paste to the title column. Just a reminder, we have to capitalize every word. And the others, you can find the others in the proceedings. The first one is Taufik Rahman. For the next authors, we can click enter. The second one is Nunu Suryani. We have to write Suryani, comma, space, and then the first name, Nunu. And the last one is Suhan. The next column is proceeding title. For the proceeding title, we have to write what is the name of the activity. We can see the activity's name is Proceeding Seminar Pendidikan Nasional. We can copy and then we can paste to the proceeding title column. And the next column is here. We can find the year is 2017. Page there's no page in these proceedings, and the next is abstract. We can copy from the proceedings and paste the abstract column. There is no tag of this proceeding, and the next column is author keyword. We can copy and paste and capitalize every word. The next column is city. We can find from the proceedings. The proceedings cities is Surakarta. Editors and publisher. Risna editors and the publisher is Pasca Sarjana Teknologi Pendidikan FKIP Universitas 11 Maret. You can copy and paste to the publisher column. For the URL, you can copy the URL and then paste it, then we can save. The next thing I want to explain you is how to cite YouTube on Mendeley application. For YouTube, you can go to Mendeley application, import file, and then add enter manually. And for YouTube, the tab is report. For the title, we can go to YouTube and we can see the title, and then we can copy and paste to the title column. Authors is someone who says something that you want to cite. It's Anissa Steviani. So here we have to write Steviani, comma, space, Anissa. The next column is year. We can try to find the year is 2024. For the page, you can ignore it because there's no page on YouTube. The next column of the page is abstract. You can try to find and copy. And paste into the abstract column. For the text and author keywords, we can ignore that because there's no text and author keywords on YouTube. The next column is city. For this podcast, Sabrina Anggraini and Belva Adevara podcast is from Yogyakarta. So we can write Yogyakarta for this column. The next column is institution. The institution is who is the podcast. What is the name of the podcast? So it's Sabrina Anggraini and Belva Adevara. And the last thing is URL. We can go to YouTube and copy the URL and paste the URL column. The next thing I want to explain to you is how to cite thesis with Mendeley application. We can open our Mendeley application, then we go to file and enter manually, and the type of this is thesis. We can find the title from the thesis, and we can see the title is Analisis Kinerja Keuangan pada Perusahaan PT Surya Pujulindo Makassar, and we can type up the title column, and don't forget to capitalize every word. The authors we can find from the thesis, it's Syekh Abdul Firman Syah Ali. We have to type the last name Ali and then Syekh Abdul Firmansyah. Ali, space Syekh Abdul Firmansyah. Without space. And the next column is here. You can find from the thesis. The year is 2018. The next column is pages. We can see the pages is 88 pages. The next column is abstract. You can find abstract from this thesis. You can copy and then paste to the abstract column. We can ignore the text and then we move to the next column. It's auto keywords. It's same with kata kunci. We can copy and then paste. Department, it's from the cover. It's Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis. The university is Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. The type of this is thesis, and for the URL we can copy from the URL to the column, and then we can save. The other thing I want to explain to you is how to cite web page with Mendeley application. We can open our Mendeley and then we go to File and enter manually, and the type is web page. For title, we can open our web page and we can see the title. For this time, I use 7 dampak inflasi, dampak negatif dan positif bagi perekonomian. We can type on the title column. The next column is author. You can see the author is Muhammad Idris, so we have to type the last name first, Idris, and then the first name, Muhammad. Idris, space, Muhammad. The next column is publication. This web page is published by Kompas.com. The next column is year. You can see it's 2024. The next column is pages. We can try to see first if this web page have page, and there is no page of this web page, so we can ignore that column. The next column is abstract, text, and author keywords. We can ignore 3 of them because there is no abstract, text, and author keywords in web page. The next column is date access. For this column, we type when we access this web page. For I access this web page on May 19, 2025, so we can type in Indonesia. It's 19 Mei 2025, and we can copy paste the URL. And then we can save this. The next thing I want to explain to you is how to cite book from Google Book with Mendeley application. We can open our Mendeley and then we go to File and enter manually, and the type is book. For the title, we can try to find from the book, and it's Manajemen Keuangan Perusahaan. We can copy and paste to the title column. And don't forget to capitalize every word. For the authors, you can try to find it's Sumiati and Nur Husnia Indrawati. The first author is Sumiati. You can click enter. For the next authors, it's Nur Husnia Indrawati. So we have to type Indrawati and then the first name, Nur Husnia. The next column is year. This book is 2019. 2019. The next column is pages. This book has 270 pages. The next column is abstract. You can copy the abstract and paste to the column. There's no text and auto keyword, so we can ignore that and move forward to the city column. Actually, there is no city from this book, but because Brawijaya University is from Malang City, so we can input Malang in the city column. The next column is edition. It's first edition. The next column is editor. There is no editors for this book, so we can move forward to the next column, and it's publisher. The publisher is Universitas Brawijaya Press. And the next column is URL. Copy and paste. The next column is ISBN. You can copy and paste to the column. That's all, and then we can save. The next thing I want to explain to you is how to cite hard copy book with Mendeley application. We can open our Mendeley application, then we go to File and enter manually. For the type, it's still book, and for the title, it's Teori Ekonomi Makro Suatu Pengantar. Don't forget to capitalize every word. The next column is authors. The authors of this book is Pratama Raharja and Mandala Manurung. So we have to type the last name first, Raharja, comma, space, and then the first name, Pratama. And for the next authors, we have to click enter and type Manurung, space, comma, space, and the first name, Mandala. The next column is year. The year of this book is 2018. The pages of this book is 422. Abstract. There's no abstract of this book, so we can ignore that column, and the text, author keywords, we can also ignore. And the next column is city. The city of this book is Jakarta. It's 5th edition. The next column is editors, and there's no editors of this book. Next column is publisher. The publisher is Fakultas Ekonomi Universitas Indonesia. Fakultas Ekonomi Universitas Indonesia. The ISBN is 979245423. mine. That's all, and we can save. The last thing I want to explain to you is how to looking for the theories used in chapter 2 in thesis. So the first one is green theory. It's longer. The green theory, the first one is from Stoner and Monkel or Nuriansa and Rahman. The middle theory is from Kashmir, Bambang Rianto, and the last theory we can try to find from Abel Schuller. It's from Haryani, A. Jaya, S. Goswandi. So that is how to find theories that we use in chapter 2 in our thesis.